So NASDAQ market is in the green once again, making new all-time highs for QQQ. Check this out. NASDAQ now at 408.80, hitting previous highs of 408.94. And yes, this is all-time highs for the NASDAQ ETF, meaning that it has never been higher than this price point itself. We are literally higher than where we were at the end of 2021. Now, if you look at most of the market, Apple stock isn't necessarily doing anything crazy today. When we look at something like Amazon stock, pretty much trading sideways, pretty much break even. So where is this hype coming from? Meta did have a really strong rally, but as of right now, kind of just trading sideways. Microsoft stock, a little bit more on the bearish side. That's a very big tech company. Google, pretty much trading sideways from the open and from its previous highs. If anything, it's selling off. Nvidia selling off and in the red. AMD selling off from, again, previous highs of 143, now coming down to lows of 139. But Tesla was carrying the market, and be very quick to understand what is going on. $258.30 per share. Tesla seems to be the only one that's significantly in the green today. And the news actually might quite surprise you. So Tesla says that it's going to increase pay at the Gigafactory to fend off union interest. A lot of you guys know that obviously Tesla does not want to partake in any type of union activities. So what it's doing is it's going to increase its pay at its Gigafactory to fend off this union interest. Now, I don't understand how this is necessarily a positive catalyst for Tesla, when if you really think about it, when it comes down to the raw numbers, well, obviously it's probably just for the greater good, because if it were to enter a union, that would obviously maybe cost Tesla significantly more than paying each employee $2 to $8 more, according to what this article stated. $2 to $8.30 increase is set to be the added range per hour for these employees that work at the Gigafactory. So again, the increase of costs to get this all done is pretty much just going to be eating into their profits. But obviously, if it's fending off the idea of entering and joining a union, then I guess it is for the greater good. So I can see how somewhat it is a positive catalyst. But you know what isn't a positive catalyst? As I was looking for that news article, I came across this article that was made or shared today, December 18th, 2023. And it says Tesla has the highest accident rate of any auto brand. I'm not too sure if I believe this. I'm not too sure if this is fake news, but it says Tesla drivers are more accident prone according to LendingTree analysis of 30 car brands. It found that Tesla drivers are involved in more accidents than drivers of any other brand. Tesla drivers had a 23.54% accident per 1,000 drivers. That's relatively pretty high, and it shows some comparisons, right? This was not a casual study. The study did not analyze the reason of an accident. Again, something pretty significant, right? But it comes to admit that news that Tesla recently recalled more than 2 million vehicles. I'm not too sure, again, because we don't know who caused the accident. Again, could it be that there's more Teslas on the road that they are getting hit, or is it because of the autopilot and the errors that they might have that it's causing more accidents? This actually comes to a surprise for me, because I personally love Tesla, right? I love the idea of the full autonomy behind those vehicles, and it's a vehicle that not only I own myself, but it's one of my favorite vehicles to drive. And I originally bought the Tesla because I viewed it, according to some of the safety ratings, as one of the safest vehicles on the road for the Tesla Model X Plaid. And that's the reason I ended up buying that vehicle. So I was very surprised to see, and I'm not too sure if you guys are as surprised as me, that Teslas are, again, some of the vehicles that are more prone to accidents. So not the best news, but again, something that I think is pretty useful to know, especially as Tesla is up 2.2% on the day. And when looking at this on the 1 hour time frame, we're going back to retest previous highs. We're getting really close to potentially make new highs if we do surpass this little resistance at 260. Our next resistance is going to be right around that 265, 270 range, as Tesla has gotten rejected around or has seen a previous resistance range at that level. So again, really excited to see. If we do break above, great. We have another range to work towards. If we don't break above, then be ready for a pullback down to that moving average. But as of right now, NASDAQ market looking incredibly bullish, holding above the EMA, holding above the moving average. And you can see every single time that the NASDAQ market has pulled on back to the moving average, it bounces, it bounces, it bounces, it bounces. It is so incredibly bullish. Market sentiment is just so incredibly bullish. Higher highs, higher lows, and there is no confirmation of a reversal just yet. So this is why, again, it pays to be patient. Please understand that, especially with the videos that I've been making, the idea of preparing for a sell-off doesn't mean that you need to sell. It just means creating a plan of action in advance. So if we do begin to see a change of direction, you are not caught by surprise. And that is the biggest thing that I'm trying to share for our beginners out there, because it's very naive to think that the market isn't overbought. The market is so bullish, but it also is so overbought that if we do begin to see a change of direction, it would be in your best interest as a beginner to understand that they can happen and that it's better to be prepared in advance than not at all. So again, I really hope that you guys learned something new. And if you did, please consider dropping a thumbs up and subscribing. We're going to continue to cover the NASDAQ market here, so make sure that you subscribe. If you have any questions, again, feel free to message me via Discord. And if you want to watch my live trading session as soon as tomorrow, that's the second link in the description down below. We'll see you tomorrow at Market Open. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.